Oh, thank God we ain't got to do it by shower schedule. Oh, yeah, and I be talking too much. I'm glad I ain't got to deal with that. And we could do all our stuff all uninterrupted. I said, oh, y'all wasn't crying about nothing when y'all was living up under their roof. Then you was dealing with the shower schedule, wasn't you? And y'all probably wouldn't pay no rent. I can't stand y'all, people like that. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Brandy Yvonne channel. Of course, I'm your girl, Brandy Yvonne. Here on my channel, y'all already know we do fun reviews, recaps, and discussions of all of our favorite shows. It is Tuesday night, so y'all know we are talking Owns Queen Sugar. This is season 7, episode 5. The title was With a Kind of. I'm always trying to figure out what the titles have to do with the shows, and this episode, and I think last week or another episode back had me stumped on what the title was connecting with the episode, but I'm gonna figure it out probably by the end of this review. Okay, so don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share if you are enjoying the content. Okay, so we are gonna get into this latest episode of Queen Sugar. Shout out to the OWN Network and Ava DuVernay for consistently doing a thing with this show in this final season. All right, so let's get into the episode, y'all. So the episode starts out with Nova. She's like having a dream. She's hearing people talking in her kitchen. I almost got scared, thought Dominic was in there doing something with Rochelle, but thank God it wasn't that, right? So anyway, or Chanel, what is her name? Chantel, y'all know I'm talking about, Reagan Gomez. So anyway, but it wasn't none of that, thank God. She was having a dream. Then I realized she was having a dream, okay? And she was dreaming about her parents. Looked like they was playing spades or big woods or something at the table. And so they were, telling her they love her, and she was telling them she misses them. Her mom gave her some kind of plant, and he said something about the sugar cane didn't get harvested this year. And so she had the dream in the moment. I'm not 100% sure what the dream meant. I think it meant her family and her ancestors were okay with her telling their story, is what I took it to mean. Let me know in the comments what y'all thought it meant. Anyway, then we see her wake up, and then the next morning her and Dominic are texting, and Dominic sends her a sexy pic in the bed. I was like, send me a pic too, Dominic, okay? And so then she was trying to send him a pic back. Y'all know when somebody send you the picture, and then you gotta send him a pic back, and you be trying to take a picture to look all sexy, and it just don't ever come out right. Like, that be me. If that be y'all in the comments, let me know, but that be me. I'm not good with selfies. I can't ever produce what I be wanting to produce in my mind. When people be like, send me a picture. I don't even like when people ask me to send them a picture, really. So anyway, then let's see. We saw Micah over there struggling with that NFT. He's trying to figure out how to delete it, but there's no way to delete it. Micah, we warned you, player. We warned you. This was not a good idea. No good was going to come from this, right? So Charlie was on the phone with Ralph Angel, and they were talking about the meal and different things. And Darla's like, oh man, she has a lot on her plate. Like, she has to deal with the meal, and she's on this campaign and all that. And so then Darla was saying, it'd be a good idea if we could possibly talk Charlie into putting the meal into the co-op, basically. And so, because they were looking at the budget and the bills, and with Miss Bertina's land being gone, they're still coming up short with the co-op and everything like that. So Darla thought it'd be a good idea to have Charlie put her meal property into the co-op, but Ralph Angel's like, well, who how's it gonna run? How we gonna run it? And then Darla's like, oh, we can run it, but he's like, the thing is, it's not up and running because remember the fire, and they try to get the insurance stuff figured out. That's what I guess Charlie was talking about with Ralph Angel on the phone. So anyway, I think he said they about to get the insurance money, if I'm not mistaken. So anyway, so Darla was like, the property is still worth something. Like, we don't have to actually have the mill up and running per se, but the property is still worth something. Like, this would be a good idea. So Ralph Angel was like, all right, like, he with it. Like, Darla's like, it's not going to hurt to ask her. The worst she could say is no. Then we saw them go down to the mill. And so Darla was actually giving the whole family their props. She was saying how, Nova with her activism, and Blue's doing his thing. Charlie, she did the damn thing. She bought that meal. She's running for government. And she's like, even you, Ralph Angel, like, you doing the damn thing too. Like, it's in the family. Like, basically letting Ralph Angel know, just because you haven't done what your sisters have done, don't mean you haven't done great things too. You've also accomplished a lot for yourself, and you can continue to do your thing. So I like the way she's giving props to everybody in the family. Darla loves and respects the borderlines, okay? So then let's see, we saw the boys at the house, and Hollywood running around with Dante, I think his name is, and Vibes getting on them about running in the house. Y'all know y'all don't run in and out of a black lady house. And so she was putting the baby down in the crib, or in the playpen, actually. And so she pulled Hollywood to the side and told him, hey, like, don't be getting too attached to those boys. Like, I know it sucks, but, you know, they're only here temporary, and you know how it goes. And Hollywood's like, well, we've been wanting to do foster care anyway, so this is like our chance. Like, maybe this is a sign from God. Like, we need to go ahead and do the darn thing. And Dante coming back, he ready to go. I guess they're gonna go fix a carburetor or something, and so he's ready to go work with Hollywood. He wants to be there. You could tell that he wants to be there, right? So then the family sits down for dinner, and then next thing we know, CPS lady comes to the door. So Hollywood has the boys go upstairs to their room. CPS lady says she did a background check of all y'all who live in that house, and the boys cannot live with a convicted felon. That's the law. That is very true. That's like real life. CPS do not play, y'all. Like, you cannot do that. So we already knew that was going to happen, right? And so they were like, come on, like, Ralph Angel's changed his life around. So Ralph Angel was like, well, me and Darla can leave. Like, we already been trying to figure it out and talked about it anyway. And Vi's like, well, no, they're a family. And he's like, I've paid my debt to society. Like, Vi's like, Ralph Angel, he did what he did, but he came out, he opened up a rehabilitation program, reentry program. He has the co-op. He's a farmer. He did all this. Like, shouldn't that be in the past? CPS lady's like, it's not her rules, it's the law. There's not much she could do. So then she says she will hold the paperwork off, because she's gonna get them boys right up out of there, y'all. She was like telling them, pack it up, we gotta go. But she said she'll hold off on the paperwork till Monday, and that's, see what she can do. That's the best she could do for us. All right, so in my opinion, y'all, Ralph Angel and Darla gotta go. Okay, they are grown adults. Okay, they can get a new place. These little boys can't. So come on now. Anyway, why y'all still at anybody's house anyway? So this is y'all chance to get the hell on. No shade to y'all though. So then let's see. The next day we see Billie come over to Nova's house. And Billie's like, oh, I don't know if I made the right decision when it comes to Vince. Like, I don't really know what I'm doing. And Nova's like, girl, relax and breathe. And she's like, oh, like, I just needed a minute to clear my head. It's like a third wheel thing going on at the house with Prosper, Miss Sandy, doing anything in the other room. She tired of hearing them hunching. Like I said on Twitter, she tired of hearing that. She need her own space. I'm like, Billie, you need to get on too, girl. You need to get on. Matter of fact, you better call Vince back and tell him to come get you and your stuff and get on back to Chicago. Okay, so you don't have to hear no more your daddy in that room. So then I invited Billie to stay with her. She's like, release the company till Dominic comes back. And Billie's like shocked. She's like, really? You would let me be here? She was like, that's really nice of you. Nova's like, Earl, like, we've been friends for 30 years. Like, I'm being selfish. Like, this is a chance for us to really get back to our friendship and catch up. So I think that's a good idea. Let Billie have some space, get a new environment, like Nova said, right? So then Nova's gonna prepare this big meal because, she's trying to get the family on her side about that movie, y'all. So Micah, she called Micah. Micah, he's trying to figure out what to do with that NFT, how to delete it. He can't figure out how to delete it. She called Micah. Micah answered the phone all crazy. She was like, is that how you speak to family? She's like, boy, I told you to come over here. You're supposed to help me bring this. You're supposed to go pick up the catfish and the hot sauce and the green beans and black eyed peas. Like, I need you over here to help me get this dinner together. So Micah comes over, and then they get to talking about different things, and he's congratulating her on the movie and what she thinks. And so then she ended up asking him about the NFT, because he was saying, you know, that's his way of highlighting the family. He tried to clean it up, his mama's picture going off on the basketball court. He tried to say just as like regaining the moment and all this stuff. I'm like, I guess, Micah, you got to say whatever you got to say to make yourself sleep well at night, albeit. Do what you got to do. So he showed Nova the picture. She was like, no, you need to take this down. Like how Charlie saw this, you need to take this down. Like this is not going to work. And so Micah didn't look so distraught after that. Like he's going to piss his pants. At the same time, the family came over, right? So then Vi's like, what is going on? Like, what's up with him? And she's like, girl, I don't even know. And then she's like, I'm trying to get ahead of the story, girl. Like, what's the tea? And she's like, I gotta tell y'all at the same time. And she heard Ralph Angel in Hollywood talking about Ralph Angel struggling to find a place because they always want to do background check. And, you know, they find out he's a convicted felon. And so Hollywood was like, I thought that wasn't a thing anymore. And Ralph Angel's like, for the job applications, yeah, but not for housing. It is still an issue, in which I didn't know that either. So, and I don't know if that's or their state or national. That would be some good information to know. So, they like, girl, we gonna tell you. I said, we gonna tell you about it later, girl. So, Micah goes to call Zane on the FaceTime. He like, dude, I need you to take that NFT down. Like, that ain't gonna work. I ain't gonna do my mama like that. And he's like, no, like, once it's out there, we can. Like, people are bidding on it. We got all these companies interested. Like, no, it's not gonna work. And so then, he was like, well, like, please, dude, like, just please see what you could do. So Zane was like, okay, I'll try. But Zane was like, you gonna lose all your, you know, all your position with the company. Like, you gonna be on ice again. Micah was like, I don't care. Like, put me on ice. So then let me just figure and shout Micah and storyline so I don't forget and have to keep jumping back and forth, because y'all know how I don't like to jump back and forth too much, because then I forget. So anyway, then Micah went down to the place and he rolled up on Zane, right? He was like, I told you to delete the NFT, like, what's up? And so he was like, man, like, you got all these brands after us now, like ESPN, Twitter, all this, like, we've got to make money. You are putting us on the map. Like, he called all the Ivory people over there. He's like, Micah, you the man now. And they taking shots and drinks, and Micah is still looking distraught. Micah's like, oh, this ain't a good idea. But then he goes along with it. So then somebody wants to fly them out on a private jet, I guess to do deals or do something. And so then later on towards the end, we did see Micah and Zane on the way to go catch the private jet in the limo. And so Zane acted like he ain't never been anywhere before, but I feel like he's just acting for Micah. And so he's like, oh man, we about to, you know, I know you used to this, but this is something I'm not used to. And then we see Micah get on these text messages, and then his mama called him and he ignored the call because see, Charlie finna get into Micah's ass. Okay. And I can't wait. I cannot wait to see. They better have Charlie pop up and be on the FaceTime when she getting Micah's ass for that NFT, and I can't wait to see it, y'all. So anyway, then they gonna go. Micah's like, where are we even going? He's like, oh, we got to go to, first we're going to LA, your old stuff grand. We're going to all the cities, all this stuff. So Micah he taking scripts from Nova, basically, sell the family out to make your money and get your fame, basically. So anyway, now the family got all down to Nova's house, right? As soon as they got there, Darla gets a phone call from Chase. Okay, so I guess homegirl let Chase know Darla's info. Somebody then connected the dots. So he was like, oh, like, I heard you over there, you know, spreading rumors, trying to say, like, you know, I did this to you, but, you know, that night was consensual, and I'm on a campaign. You are not going to destroy my name. And so he going off on her. She's like, don't call me, don't bother me no more. So that kind of shook her up. So at the dinner, you could tell her mind is somewhere else, but everybody else is laughing, having a good time. They eating all the good food. Nova got wine bottles and everything. I said, Nova better have something stronger than that wine when she break this news to the family. Like, Nova should have some Hennessy and some Crown and some Remy Martin or something out there, because that wasn't going to do it. Okay? So then, you know, Hollywood, just like black people, want to eat and relax. So he like, we about to get the eye of this girl, like, tell us the news, like, you didn't fatten us up, like, what is the news? So she's like, you know, I know I've made a lot of mistakes with you guys in the past, and the book and all this stuff, but we've been offered to turn the book into a movie. And so then they're kind of like, oh, Nova girl, oh, girl, I don't know. And she was like, it'd be our chance to tell the story. And she's like, and bye, just to let you know, Oprah wants to play you in the movie. So then, of course, that lit everybody up. Oh my God, Oprah want to play me in the movie? Yes, that is a good choice. They like, oh, we should get Morgan Freeman. Oh, we should get this one. I said, Nova, you should have led with the Oprah part, girl. Then you would have got him on board. You lead with the Oprah part, okay? And so then everyone's excited. Everybody's happy with it. I don't blame them. Like, why not? Because you already didn't put your dirty laundry out there. You might as well get paid for sharing it in a movie. And I'm sure the movie would make good money. It's a great concept, great story. And the information's already out there. So what the hell, right? Also, y'all struggling with money, Ralph and Darla, so y'all need to be on board. So Darla, you could tell her blood was boiling. She was already tripping because, you know, the past is catching up with her once again. And Darla cannot handle when the past is catching up with her, right? So then Darla was about to damn near explode, and she was like, no, like she yelled it, and she was like, I would not do this, and she started off, was like, I said no. So then she started off into the other room, and Ralph Angel was about to go after her, but Vi was like, nah, send Nova, you need to go. So Nova went to go check on Darla, and Darla basically was saying, I don't want to replay my life in a movie. I don't want to see, you know, two actors and one, you know, raping the other one, being me and all this stuff. And Blue, you know, not knowing, you know, Blue's, you know, father and all this stuff. Darla don't want all the things from the past coming up. She doesn't want to see that replayed on the screen. She's like, do you think I would enjoy that? Do you really? She's like, I just want to leave the past in the past. I want to move forward. I want to escape it. Like, Darla was just going through it. And so Nova comforted her, and she was like, we don't have to do it. Like, we don't have to put your stuff in the movie. We don't have to do the movie at all. My thing is, like I said, the way Darla, y'all, you and Ralph Angel's housing is set up right now, y'all kind of need the money, girl. Y'all need the money. Plus Blue at that school. How y'all paying for that? It's expensive. Y'all got them baby me classes. Y'all barely got a pot to piss in. Like, y'all could use the money. I'm like, we could edit it out to get rid of, you know, certain storylines, like the white lady said, right? So Nova, like, reassures Darla, like, we ain't got to do it, girl. Like, it's all good. So I'm like, I guess, girl. So then later on, we see and Vi and Hollywood at the house, and Hollywood's like, did you talk to Darla? And Vi's like, I'm trying to give her space. Like, this ain't gonna work. And so then Joaquin is listening, and because then Vi and Hollywood is like, what we gonna do about these boys? And Vi's like, you know, Ralph Angel, Darla are family, and Hollywood is like, but these kids, like, we promised their mom and dad, like, we got their dad, because you couldn't talk to the mama, we got to be there for them, like, maybe there's a way we can make it work. And so basically Vi's thing is like, Ralph Angel and Darla are family, so she don't want to put them out. Hollywood's thing is like, the kids right now need us more, and, you know, I agree with Hollywood, like, Ralph Angel and Darla are adults, they can figure it out. So then Hollywood comes up with a great idea that says, why don't I, Bride, get a property? I think they're going to rent a property and put it in my name. So basically, they don't have to run a check on Ralph Angel. It'll be in Hollywood's name. And Vi's like, yeah, and we could do the deposit too. And so then and Vi was happy with that solution. So of course, Vi and Hollywood are the OGs of the family. They're going to save the day. I love seeing that. They came to the rescue, of course, right? So Joaquin didn't hear the whole story that they worked it out that they're going to stay. So in his mind, the boys are going to get split up because they're going to get moved to another home. So he come up with a brilliant idea to run away. Oh, this fool. So he get to start tiptoeing through the house. He had them both with their bags packed. Dante didn't really want to do it. But Joaquin was like, come on, we got to go. We don't get separated. Like, let's do it. So this fool going to try to run away in the broad daylight. So they tiptoeing through, and Hollywood stopped him. He said, if I were you, you know, I would escape during the nighttime. I would do it like this. And he was like, what is y'all problem? What y'all doing? He was like, So then the boy's like, oh, we gotta go because Ralph Angel. He's like, no, Ralph Angel gonna need your help to move today. So put your stuff down and come on so you can help. Basically let them know, like, y'all are staying, y'all good, like, quit tripping, right? Okay, so then let's get to Billie and Nova, right? So then we saw Billie go over to Nova's house and she brings her stuff, and then she's kind of looking awkwardly at Nova. It was weird. Wasn't that weird to y'all, that look she was giving? So she was like, I'm sorry, I don't know what to do with myself ever since the whole Vince thing. Like, I don't know where I'm going, where I'm coming. I'm trying to figure out. Nova was like, girl, relax. Make yourself at home. Like, you want to work around your pajamas. You want to go in and out the fridge and get what you want. Like, you good. Make yourself at home, girl. She was like, first, let's put these bags down and put on something cute because we finna go out and have drinks, girl, because I need one. Because y'all know right before, before that, Nova did have to sit down and call the lady. And or the lady called her, I don't know who called who, but basically she had to let the white lady know that she cannot move forward with the movie. She said she couldn't even get a hold of her sister Charlie, plus she has one family member that's an absolutely no. And so the lady's like, well, we could cut, certain parts out if if it's no big deal. And so Nova's like, no, because all the stories are pretty intricately woven together, and she wouldn't want to do that. She wants to tell the story right, which I don't blame Nova. Although I feel like some of Darla's stuff we could present it without saying it right. They could still show the whole paternity thing, but not show like the rape thing, just to kind of explain what happened without showing it. Or we just cut some of Darla's stuff out. Like, it's not the most important parts of the story, in my opinion. Y'all let me know what y'all think about the whole movie thing. Do you think Darla should just jump on board? I know Darla has her issues, and I'm not trying to discredit her issues in no kind of way. I'm just saying, is there a way we can make this work? Y'all let me know down in the comments. What would y'all's solution be with this Nova and movie thing? Do y'all think we should absolutely not do it at all? So anyway, let's finish on with Billie and Nova down to the bar. So they at the bar in New Orleans, listening to some music. Guy playing the trombone, skinny dude, was looking at Billie. Nova's like, girl, look, but don't look, girl, look. I hate when people do that to me because I can't see anyway. So I'm gonna look, and then I always end up looking at them. I told you not to look like that. And I'm like, I don't care. I want to see what they look like. So anyway, then she's like, Nova's basically trying to get Billie to have hot girl summer. She's like, girl, you need to do what you need to do. Like, come on, girl, you need to get it popping over here. Like, is Vince your one and only? And she was like, okay, and if he was, like, girl. And Nova's like, no, Billie was like, well, how long is your list? So then Billie's like, you know what about your first crush in high school? Some girl named Cassie. She's like, let me look her up. And so then Nova and Billie jumped up and did their little old school dance they used to do. It was cute. It was cute. And then Nova's like, girl, he's still looking at you. And so then Billie found a girl on the Instagram. The guy came over to dance with Billie. Finally, Billie getting out there, y'all. But I'm like, ain't nobody out here looking better than Vince. Billie, you tripping, girl. You is tripping. Ain't nobody out here looking better than Vince. So, with his fine self. So then Nova gets to looking at the old sweetheart's IG, looking at the girl, reminiscing and all that good stuff. She also had text Dominic earlier. She said she missing him. She was telling Billie she can't wait for him to come home next week. Thank God, because I'm holding on that Nova don't mess this up. So anyway, she over here too busy looking at these girls and Foo La La. So trying to get poor Billie into trouble. She ain't that type of girl like she said. So then let's see. The boys and Vi and Hollywood were all out, I think on the boat or somewhere around the backyard, and they were talking about the carburetor and the motor. And Hollywood is basically relating it to life for them and explaining that it doesn't matter, like things may not go the way you plan in life, but that doesn't mean that life still can't go well for you. And basically letting the boys know that their parents, did everything they could for them and took risks for them. And basically, so they could feel safe there and know that their parents still care and love for them because, they are foster kids now, and foster kids definitely need that support. Dante was trying to shed some tears, support Dante, and they finished fixing on whatever the hell they was fixing on. So anyway, then let's get to finish the scene, this whole episode up with Darla and Ralph Angel, right? So Darla and Ralph Angel go to meet to see the new place that Hollywood is helping them to get. And the realtor lady is there. She's a nice lady, and she talks to them, and they really like the place. Darla feels good about the place. She wants to make it home. And so Ralph Angel and Darla say they could be there a year because the lady asked, you want to do a month, or how long you want to do a lease? And they said they could promise a year for sure. And so Ralph Angel's like, let me be upfront with you. Like, I'm a felon, but, I got out, I changed my life around. I'm a farmer. I work on a fish boat. I do all this. Our son, Blue, goes to the top school in DC in the nation. We got our baby, plus Darla doing her thing. Like, basically let her know that, like, I'm on the right path now. And I'm working hard now. And we're not going to be about no funny business around here. And so she said, like, don't worry. My husband, he was in jail as well. Like, all I care is that you have, honest eyes and hardworking hands. And she's like, I can see that in you. Like, it doesn't matter about the past. It matters what you're doing now. And she's like, plus you have this wonderful lady on your hands talking about Darla. So she was like, you're on the right track. You're doing the right thing. Basically letting him know, like, you good with me. Like, oh, you're good. And they let her know, like, we're going to treat your place like home. And she lives next door. So that was like a good, I think, conversation that Ralph Angel needed, definitely, y'all. So then they finally got moved in, right? Sorry, y'all, for all these dang notifications. And I got to Zoom at 7, so I'm trying to wrap it up. So anyway, they get into the house, and just like some damn squatters. Gonna say, oh, thank God we ain't gotta do it by a shower schedule. Oh, yeah, and if I be talking too much, I'm glad I ain't gotta deal with that. And we could do all our stuff all uninterrupted. I said, oh, y'all wasn't crying about nothing when y'all was living up under their roof. Then you was dealing with the shower schedule, wasn't you? And y'all probably wouldn't pay no rent. I can't stand y'all, people like that. I can't stand y'all. Oh, just as soon as you get a little piece of something, you want to act like the past something wasn't good enough. So anyway, then, they get to making out and stuff, saying, oh, yeah, we ain't got to be interrupted and all this stuff. And then the baby start crying, so they did get interrupted anyway. And so then they're like, dang, we do miss Aunt Vi doing the late night. She was always watching the baby at night. Yeah, you had a built-in babysitter. Don't play with us. So anyway, then Ralph Angel went to tend to the baby. Darla was letting him know that, they're going to make this day home for sure. Then she get a call. Of course, we already know who the call was coming from. First of all, Darla, why you didn't block his number, girl? You could have just blocked Chase's number. So Chase calls again. He going off again. She's like, I told you to leave me alone. He's like, you know what? You're not going to mess with my campaign. Like, I know where you live. You over here spreading lies. I got a hold of the book. What is it? Blessings and Bondage. Whatever the hell Noah's book's name is. And I read in there about what you said about me, and this is not true. You're not going to ruin my campaign. I'm not going to let some little crack slut ruin my campaign. I said, crack slut? Crack slut? Oh, we finna get Hollywood and Ralph Angel on the line to get Mr. Chase all the way together out of here. No, he didn't. So he was just going off on Darla. She was like, I told you to leave me alone. And eventually they hung up. So Darla real shook because Chase is after her now, which is unfortunate. I don't want to see Darla go down a bad spiral. I don't want to see her get back on drugs. And if doing this movie is going to really cause negative effects for her, maybe it's not a good idea. I don't know, y'all. Queen Sugar always got us in a rock and a hard place every week. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all thought of tonight's episode. I thought it was pretty good. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share it. I will definitely talk to y'all soon. Bye.